What am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to say? You all know it's terrible. I could barely make it past the first episode. It's. I felt absolutely no joy watching it. I feel betrayed. Like, really, really betrayed. And I don't even know what I'm supposed to be betrayed about. In the trailer, they say, from the creators of Sausage Party. I liked Sausage Party. It's not my favorite movie. It's not a bad movie. It's just run of the mill, you know? But this, it's running off the same exact joke that Sausage Party had, except instead of food swearing every 10 seconds, it's now not even 10 seconds. It's more like every second of every minute of the. Of. Oh, God. Instead of food swearing for the entire time, it's Santa Claus and the elves. Seth Rogan. What was your goal here? Seriously, what? What? Did you think you were going to change something? Did you think that just because you call Santa Claus, the whole idea of Santa Claus, racist, you're going to change any minds? Is that what went through your head? Because what goes through my head watching this trash that you have graced the small screen with, not even graced the small screen with, jeez, you've blemished. This is a blemish on a good streaming service, and it's a pretty big blemish. Did you really think you were going to change Coca-Cola's minds? You know, oh, now we see the light. We're going to put a different person on the bottle, you know? I mean, geez, dude, they already have the polar bears. Or, like, I think it's really important. Oreo, they just came out with their big Christmas commercial, and it portrays a black Santa. That is awesome. That's really cool. Um, and, you know, that's a huge step in the right direction, but you don't change anything by, you know, just stating the obvious. And then, you know, having horrible people. Well, actually, I can't even say that. In the first episode, there's this elf named Candy, and gun to my head, I I could not tell you a single thing about her except that she's a uber feminist. And the black guy at the start of the show, the one that's supposed to take over for Santa, he's in the episode 2 minutes, barely. I mean, he gets hired by Jeff Bezos before the first act is done, and we don't see him again. And then everyone just calls him a traitor, and that's it. Like, that's all we know about him. He was a successor to Santa, and then he got hired by Amazon. And that's not enough to, go. They're acting all mopey when he goes, and it's like, mopey for what? We don't know anything about him. You didn't give us the time to explore, his backstory. Like, what if he didn't want to be Santa? He was just doing it because it was a step in the right direction, and he really wanted to be doing something else because he didn't want to be around people who were racist and were going to just make fun of him when he did become the new Santa. That's, I don't know about you, but that to me is a far more interesting story than he's just waiting outside and Jeff Bezos hires him. There's this other joke, I don't know, about this lady reindeer calling the main character a bitch. And the first time, it's not funny per se, but you can definitely tell that they're trying. But then it goes on for like another 2 or 3 minutes with the exact same joke. The exact. There's another hee hee ho ho comedy bit where the gingerbread lady is complaining about having a kid while the kid is strapped to her chest. And then there's also hints of domestic, not violence, but a lot of hostility towards her and her husband. And it's played off as a women are always the stronger person joke because the husband is sitting there trying to watch TV. And I know there are, exceptions for everything, but like we don't know anything about them. So you can't make any argument for anything because we don't know a thing about them except she hates having kids and he wants to watch television. That's the only thing we know. Is there anything I liked in this at all? There was one gag that actually was kind of funny. The guy's at the pool table and he's playing pool, but instead of pool balls, it was Christmas ornaments that look like pool balls, and then they shatter. That was clever. That was pretty clever, and it went by not so fast that you would miss it, but like you know that was clever. But then it gets into like a really bad scene where they're talking about how you know uh, a polar bear is saying to the main character that he can be a shoulder for her to cry on or a dick for her to cry on. What? And the other thing I liked was the animation. We have to see more stop motion coming into play. Like that's definitely a must. But at the same time, it's not good animation either. It feels strangely lower quality than the Rankin Bass specials. And those were done on like the budget of a ham sandwich. So I don't know. It's I mean it moves nice, but at the same time it just feels cheap. So it's and the character designs are just ugh. So like one gag and parts of the animation. Otherwise, this was 20 minutes of my life that I am never ever getting back. Before I watched this episode, I actually looked at some of the reviews, and I also saw Seth Rogan tweeting out that this is all white supremacists that are hate bombing the show. Everyone's hate bombing this show. I mean, this is offensive to people who want social change because they're generalizing. Also, Sarah Silverman, just stop. Just stop. Like, swearing every 2 seconds does not equal comedy. It doesn't. And I know I've been a victim of this myself. I've done swear comedy before. But you look at the scene in let's just go Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's one of my favorite comedies of all time. And there's only one scene in that movie that gets it to the R rating. Like, if that scene was cut out, which it usually is on TV, it would totally be a PG. Or a PG-13 nowadays, but you know what I mean. It's the scene where he's talking about a fucking automobile. He's at the marathon, and he's just gone through all of this, in the first and second act. This is like right in the middle of the movie. And he's at the marathon, and he's like, I want a fucking automobile, a fucking Datsun, a fucking Toyota, a fucking Mustang, a fucking Buick, 4 fucking wheels on the seat. And he says the F word. I think the count is 20 times, maybe 19. I'm not entirely sure. But that's the only time the F word ever comes into the movie at all. And what makes that scene work, what makes it so funny and so well timed, is because that's the only time it happens. You see all this buildup in the first half, and then you get to this scene, and it's like his breaking point. This is it. This is it. He has to get home now. And eventually everything works out, but like this is the boiling point. And that's what makes that scene so funny. Let me play a clip of the first joke and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
And make sure the reptile's sweet American Jesus. This lizard is dead. Come on, guys. It's Christmas fucking Eve. There's no time for amateur hour here. Now get another one before Tiffany Chang from Tallahassee loses her shit.
Being a mom is so hard. Take my advice, Candy. Never have kids.
Wasn't planning on it.
Oh, really? That makes me sad. You'd be such a good mom. Promise me you'll think about it. Okay, gotta drop this fucker off at daycare. Bye.
I just want to tell you all that this year we reached more kids than ever before. 1 billion. 6,000, no, wait, 16 billion? Holy, that, you know what? I'm not good with these big numbers. We got a lot of these little motherfuckers.
We'll go there, bitch, right now.
You gotta get intimate with that jolly bitch.
Okay, I know you're right, but do you really have to call me bitch every time you say something?
Yes, bitch, because it's empowering to call you bitch. A man wouldn't mind being called a bitch.
She's right.
Who asked you, bitch?
She's wrong. That does sting a bit.
Did you laugh? Did you laugh? I know I didn't. I didn't laugh at all. Because this is one of the worst comedies I have ever seen. It's one of the worst things I have ever seen. I made it through the first episode, just barely. And that is seriously all I can take. Santa Inc. is trash. It's just complete and utter garbage. And one last thing, Seth Rogan. Smoking weed is not a personality trait. We need to get that through your head right now. It was funny in Pineapple Express. It was funny in whatever other movies you've made. But it's not a personality trait. And the sooner you learn that, the sooner you learn, then maybe we can move forward from this and try and do some better shit. But until that happens, this is the lowest of the low. I'm not mad. Actually, yes, I am. I am furious. Fucking what you do?